So hi, welcome back to the tree playlist on data structures and algorithm. So today's problem is we need to find the maximum depth in a binary tree. So over here, we need to find the longest path from the root to any leaf node. Now, if you are enjoying this series, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to stay updated with this tree series. And a quick reminder that I have created one Telegram channel. Over there, we are having daily DSA quizzes, weekly conceptual notes, and active discussion on DSA. So you can join the community. The link is in the description. So if you are new to here, my name is Samir. This is Algo Exploration. Let's dive into finding the maximum depth on a binary tree. Okay, so we are going to find the maximum depth of the binary tree. Or in other words, we need to find the height of the binary tree. Okay, so maximum depth is a fancy word of finding the height of the binary tree. Okay, now over here, let's see the problem statement. See, given the root of the binary tree, we need to return the maximum depth. Okay, now the maximum depth is nothing but the number of nodes along with the longest path from root to the leaf node. Okay, we need to find the longest path from root to the leaf node. Over here, we can see that the leaf node is this one, and this one. Okay, in which the longest path is this. So over here in this path, we can see that the number of nodes are 3, or this one. Over here also, we can see that the number of nodes in this path is 3. Okay, so we need to return 3 as an answer, as a maximum depth or a height. Okay, now let me take one more example. Over here, we can see that this is a root and this is a leaf node. Okay, there are only 2 nodes, and we can see that this is the only path, right? So the number of nodes over here we can see is 2. So for this, the answer is 2. Okay, now let me take one more example. So you can try it on your own. Okay, and you can comment it out that what will be the maximum depth or height of this tree. Don't get scared by this big tree. Okay, it's very easy. Now see, if I take a look, this is the root. Okay, in which this one, and this one is acting as a leaf node, right? So in which this one is the longest, this one is having the longest path. So this is the path. Over here in this path, I can see that the number of nodes are total 6. So for this, the answer will be 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I believe you got it. Okay, now since you understood it, okay, now let's try to implement, or let's try to design an algorithm. Okay, now see, over here, let's say if I want to find the height or the maximum depth of a leaf node first. Okay, over here, if this is the, you can say that this is a leaf node. Okay, so what is the height or what is the maximum depth for this? It will be 1, because over here the number of nodes are 1. Okay, so for this, the maximum depth or the height is 1. For this is also 1. For this is also 1, 1, 1, and 1. So I believe you got the first point, that if leaf node, then height is 1. Okay, now the other point, what if there is no node at all? Okay, no node. So obviously if no node is that, then the height will be 0, right? If no node, then height is 0. Okay, I believe you got this 2 point, very important. Okay, this will act as an edge case. Now see, now if I want to find the height or the maximum depth of any node, okay, let's say if I'm standing over here, okay, from this I'm not able to find the height or the maximum depth. The thing is that I need to ask the left subtree that give me the height of u and also give me the height of g as well. Okay, now this f will give the height, some height, let's say x, and this g will give height to d, let's say y. Now d will do D will find the maximum of X and Y. Okay, D will find max of X and Y. Now, whoever is the maximum, D will add +1 to it for himself. Okay, because this is also has to be considered. This D also has to be considered as a node, right? We need to return the count of the node, okay, or the number of nodes. So we have counted, or we have figured it out, that what is the height for F and what is the height for G, but we never counted for D. So I need to add +1 to it. I believe you got it. And we will be doing the same thing for each and every node. Okay. So see, this F will give 1 to D because it is a leaf node, and this G will also give 1 to D because it is a leaf node. Now among 1 and 1, the maximum is 1 only. So D will add 1 to it. So it will be 2, and that 2 will be returned to its parent, which will be B. I believe you got it. So B will get 2 from D. Now see, this E is a leaf node. So this E will return 1 to B. Okay. Okay. Now B will be comparing which is maximum, 2 or 1. Over here we can see that 2 is maximum. So B will add 1 to 2. Okay. So B will add 1 in 2. So that will be 3, and 3 will be returned to A. Okay. Now similarly, if I take a look over here, see, this will return 1 to L. But L doesn't have any children on the left hand side. Okay. So it will be 0. Now among 0 and 1, which is the maximum? 1 is maximum. Okay. Now in that 1, L will add 1 as well. Okay. So it will be 2, and that 2 will be returned to K. I believe you got it. Okay. Now for K as well, we can see that K got the height of the left subtree. But on the right, K doesn't have any children. So basically it will be 0. Okay, over here we can see that if there are no nodes, we are returning 0. Okay, or the height is 0. So among 2 and 0, who is the maximum? 2 is the maximum. So K will consider 2, and it will add 1 to it. So it will be 3, and that 3 will be returned to H. Okay. Similarly, over here also, J will return 1 to H. Okay, because it is a leaf node. Now for H got 1 from left and 3 from right, in which 3 is the maximum. Now H will add 1 in 3, so it will be 4, and that 4 will be returned to C. Okay. Now C will get 1 from the right. Okay, because I is acting as a leaf node. So 1. Now among 4 and 1, 4 is the maximum, in which C will add 1 to 4, so it will be 5, and that will be returned to A. Okay. Now see, for this, A got 3 from left and 5 from right, in which 5 is the maximum. So A will add 1, 5, that will be 6, and that will be returned to the main function. And that will be the answer, which we have already calculated over here. So I believe you got the intuition. Okay. Now let's see that how we can implement the algorithm. See, the first thing first, the name of the function is maxDepth, in which they are passing tree node and root. Okay. Now see, as I told you that if the root is null, we need to return 0, right? So if root is null, we need to return 0. Okay, this thing is done. Also, if a node doesn't have left child as well as right child, then we need to return 1 to it. Okay, 1 to the parent. So if root dot left is equals to null, and root dot right, this is also null, then we need to return what? We need to return 1. I believe you got these two edge cases. Okay. Now let's come to the main thing. See, since we are going for each and every node, okay, so it has to be done in the loop. Now I will be using over here while loop, that if root is not equals to null, then I will be calling left and right again and again. Okay. See guys, over here. Now, if I take a look on this node, okay, we will be calling the same function in which we will be passing the left address of the left child. But over here, we can see that there is no left child. So before passing, we need to always check whether it contains the left child or the right child or not. If it doesn't contain left child, then why to call the same function again, right? So first I'll check if root dot left, if it is not equals to null, okay, and then I can call the same function by passing the left child. So max depth by passing root dot left. Okay, now see, this will give me some value, right? This will give me some value. So let's consider that the value that I will be storing in left depth. Okay, left D. Similarly, I will be having again if case to check first that whether the node contain the address of the right child or not. If it doesn't contain, then we'll not call it. If it is containing, then we'll call the same function root dot right. If it is not equals to null, then I'll call it. So max depth root dot right. Okay, and we will be storing in right D. Okay, I believe you got it. Okay, now I need to consider who is the maximum among left D and right D. So max of and let's say I'm storing in maxi. Okay, now see, while returning to its parent, if I consider whoever is maximum, I need to add 1 to it. So what I'll do, I'll simply return maxi plus 1. Return maxi plus 1. And that's it, we are done. Okay, now see, if the node is not having any child, let's say left child, okay, then this will be not called, right? So how left D will get the answer, right? Over here, we are using left D or right D, okay? So over here, what I'll do about the while loop, I will be having one thing. I will be initializing left D and right D as 0. So if I'm not able to call this function or this function, I know by the answer, which will be 0. So left D equals to 0 and right D equals to 0, and we are done. Okay, and only as a formality, we will be returning 0. Even though over here, this line will not be executed, okay, because this one will be executed or this one, but this will not executed. Okay, now let's talk about the code performance of this. See, over here, we can see that we are going for each and every node, right? Due to that reason, over here, the time complexity will be order of n. Or else, if you're not getting it, here you can see that we are basically having the post order traversal. See, we are going for the left and then going for the right and then coming to the root or a parent and we are adding 1 to it. Okay, so this is acting as a post order traversal as well. Now, post order traversal has the time complexity is order of n. Okay, so Due to that reason, the time complexity will be order of n. Okay. Now talking about the space complexity, see, over here we are using the recursion. So the space complexity will be order of h. Now see, the h will have two variation. Either it will be log n. When it will be log n? When each node is having two children most of the time. Okay. But if it is a skew tree like this, which we have already talked about in the previous lecture, okay, in which we have this linear tree only, the node is having only one child, which is left child only, and the trees will be growing like this. So the stack space will be the number of nodes only. Okay. So over there, the value of h will be n over here, not log n. Okay, that's the reason I have written order of h, not log n or n. Okay, so I believe you got it. If you didn't, again, you can try run it by yourself. You will get the intuition that what is happening over here. Okay, so that's it. And that's how we find maximum depth in a binary tree. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for algo exploration for more DSA series. And also don't forget to join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description. So I thank you so much for watching till the end. That's it from my side. I'll see you in the next lecture. Till then, keep practicing.